good day. Today we will be doing the actual implementation of plate 1, which is the elevator design. So the objectives for this plate is that you are able to make a simulation of an elevator wherein you will be using the Arduino, an LCD display, and a set of buttons. So first I will introduce the components for this actual implementation. So here you have the Arduino Uno for the programming, and here is the LCD display. This is a 16 by 2 LCD display, and here we have a potentiometer, buttons to select the floors and the direction to elevator simulation, and a couple of wires for connection. We also have 1 kilo ohm resistors for the connection of the buttons to the 5-volt source, and we have a 220 ohm resistor for calibrating the LCD display, and as well as the potentiometer for calibrating the contrast of the LCD display. So that's all for the materials, and now let's proceed to the construction of this circuit. So here is the final circuit of our actual implementation of the elevator design. And before we go to the functionality test, let me discuss to you the errors that I have encountered as I did this actual implementation. So the most common error would be that the wires are loose, or the loose wirings, wherein the LCD display will not display its intended display because some of the wires are not pinned enough for the voltage and the currents to flow. Next error is that the LCD display is not in the right contrast. So for you to solve that error, you just need to turn this potentiometer and pick the right contrast for the display. The last error that I have encountered is in the coding section. I actually connected this wirings in a way that this upper part of the Arduino, where the digital pins are connected, here is the selection of the floors, while at the lower part I put the buttons for the up and down selection. So the upper sides, I used the pins, the digital pins 10 to 13 for the buttons of the elevator for floors, for the first floor until the fourth floor. And next, at the lower part, I used the analog pins A0 to A1, but I used it as a digital pin, or as digital pins. So these are pins 14 and 15 since it is A0. And I recoded my code in the initialization part, such that I have assigned the correct digital pins for the set of buttons. So that's it for the errors, and now let's proceed to the functionality test. So without further ado, let us test this circuit. So here you can see the display in the LCD, which is an elevator, and below is the floors, first, second, third, and fourth. So from left to right, this would be the first floor button, second floor button, third floor button, and fourth floor button. So let's say I choose first floor, and the first floor will open its door and close its door for the elevator, and the user will be prompted to select up and down. So let's say I select up, so these are for the buttons for the up and down, and the left one is for up and the right one is for down. So let's select up, and then we would enter the selected floor that we want to go. So let's say third floor, so let's select button 3. So the elevator will go up 1, 2, and 3. Then the door opens and closes for the third floor. So let's do another simulation, since after that the whole program goes back to the default, which is this elevator display. And let's try fourth floor. Okay, so I'll click fourth floor. So that's it, fourth floor, door open, door close. Then let's go down. So click the down button. Then let's select second floor. 4, 3, 2, and then the door opens and the door closes. And I believe that would be all. I have shown you that my code is running. Thank you.